What, if anything, right now can help to bring these housing costs down?
So the key to housing is to understand that the cost of owning it really is about interest rates and mortgage rates. And just 2 years ago, they were 3.5%. Now they're 7 to 8%. That's the biggest problem. And housing is one of the pain points in inflation.
An unusual thing is happening in the housing market right now. Home prices are rising, even though demand is falling.
Buyers seem to have come to accept current interest rates and are willing to pay higher monthly mortgage payments.
We're in a housing market now unlike any other, and that's due to economic forces unlike any other. The foreclosure crisis, the Great Recession, the pandemic, and the unprecedented quick cut and then quick spike in mortgage rates.
However, the bad news is that
What, if
even
anything,
though home
right now
prices
can
are
help to
slowing
bring
down, we're
these
still
housing
not
costs
too far
down?
off the
So
all-time record
the
high.
key to housing is
set
to
back in
understand
May.
that
We're in a housing
the
market
cost
now
of owning
unlike
it
any other,
really
and
is
that's
about
due
interest
to
rates and
economic.
mortgage.
Enough with all the noise. How many times have you been told that settling down and buying a home is just what you have to do? It's the American dream. Well, for many, it's the American nightmare. Interest rates, property taxes, HOAs, insurance costs. It's got me thinking, is it all worth it? This is Trail Newbie, powered by Disciple Off-Road.
All right, so welcome back to the channel. This video is entitled Wheel Estate. I had somebody say that about my rig. They said, wow, you got a really nice piece of wheel estate there. Obviously a play on words, and it got me thinking, you know, I haven't done a quick review of my rig as a dedicated video since I got the Ursa Minor, or since I got a drawer system. Yeah, that's right. I've finally not given up on my front runner boxes, but I've set those aside in place of a drawer system for now, and I do want to showcase that here in this video. So I'm going to take you on a little walk around of my rig, and you know, this might be a little different than my usual video where we're off-roading, wheeling, camping, cooking, and so on. But I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it gives you some ideas maybe for your wheel estate. Here we go. Okay, so let's start out with the obvious, the Ursa Minor. This is the ultimate rooftop tent for a Jeep Wrangler JL. They also make it for a JK, and it completely replaces the entire top of your Jeep. So you could buy one with a soft top if you want, or if you already have a hard top, you just get rid of those, put the Ursa Minor on, plug it all in, because there are lights up inside and everything, and the entire Jeep now becomes kind of like a micro camper. As you can see here, it's done in kind of a bed liner material, super durable. Have the cutouts there for roto packs. This is just, I don't know. Anytime anybody sees it out on the road, they are like, what is that? I've seen rooftop tents. And if you're looking for maybe low profile, low weight profile as well, you should check out the Ursa Minor for your sleep setup in your wheel estate. All right, so next, here at the back of the rig, this is kind of where a lot of things happen when you see overlanding with Jeeps or 4Runners, where you have a swing out, and I obviously have what a lot of people have is a tailgate table that's made by Outback Adventure Products. It's called the Trail Gator. Absolutely love this. A nice little cutlery keeper here. That's the kitchen. And a quick note on this Dometic faucet, I've run a water line all the way here to the back of the Jeep, and with this you can plug it in here and you have double tap fresh water there, kind of like a little faucet. Wash your hands, and that runs to a Dometic tank, which is up here. I think that holds about 3 gallons, something like that. I only put filtered water in there. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I just want this hose to stay, you know, nice and fresh, and obviously the tank and the faucet as well. Let me take you through a few of the items back here that make up the back end of the rig. Okay, so as I said, this video is called Wheel Estate, and the point I want to make is kind of calling out all the items that you would need. So for a living room, you need a great chair, and these front runner chairs are absolutely the best. I've seen from Trail Recon to a lot of my buddies, and everybody swears by this chair. Highly recommended, not sponsored. Let me set this over here. Okay, next, bathroom. I've got the Boxio privacy tent. Nothing too exciting here, typical privacy tent. And it goes well with the Boxio kind of suite of products. One here, this is the Boxio Wash, as they call it. It's a full sink with a water tank that's inside. I use this for longer overlanding trips where I need a sink maybe to prepare and or wash vegetables, prepare food, that sort of thing. Super lightweight, but this is a really awesome option. So you can have a sink at camp. Set that down. Nothing overly exciting here. All powers, solar panel. Set that over here. And within any home or piece of real estate, or in this case, wheel estate, you need a bathroom. And so that privacy tent goes right along with the Boxio toilet. Again, super lightweight, has everything you need here. It's a toilet with a bag system where you put kind of the wood chips in there, and then the fluids go there in the front. So that is my bathroom. Okay, so I have a ton of items up here on my Vector Highland shelf. One of the best upgrades you can do on the Jeep JL is get one of these Vector Highland shelves. I have a moonshade, which you've seen on the channel before. I do have a 270-degree awning, but I'll use this to connect to that and get even more space, kind of create like a living room where you just have a ton of shade that you can sit under. This moonshade is super versatile. You should definitely check this out if you don't have one, especially if you don't have a permanent awning attached to your rig. That moonshade is the best solution that's out there. I've got some more cutlery and utensils here for the kitchen. Really awesome knife that got sent out to me by Maxa. If you haven't checked out the Maxa knife, this thing is kind of a bushcraft knife with a bottle opener, ridges here. You can actually use this to cut firewood, where you take it here with a piece of wood and kind of just chip pieces. It's also so durable, you can use it to chop wood as well. Obviously, it's not gonna chop any big logs, but if you haven't checked out the Maxa knife, you should go and check that out. So there's kind of some parts to the kitchen. I already mentioned water. Paper towels, always have those here on just a bungee cord. They're always ready to grab here at the back of the Jeep. And back up here, the All Powers, I think it's called the R2500. That is my main battery for everything I need to do, from running a diesel heater to charging all of the stuff that I need charged, drone batteries, my Devo Slight Ranger, you name it. That right there, that's gonna charge it. 2016 watt hours, it's incredible. Highly recommend that All Powers brand. I've had great success with them so far. Over here, every house needs a first aid kit. I think it's like the first thing I ever bought with my Jeep. Stick that here. Drone, not every house needs a drone. All right, so continuing on, propane hose. And that propane hose is for none other than the Ignic, I think it's called a growler, something to that effect. This is the small one. I do have the big one as well, but this fits up on the Highland shelf where I'm able to store it standing up, because when it comes to propane, you want to keep them standing upright, not laying them on their side for when you're transporting them around or just storing them in general. So I'm gonna set that down. Also up here, toolkit. Just some random stuff in there, random tools, nothing overly exciting. These roll bags are the best. If you don't have roll bag, highly recommend picking one of those up on Amazon. Nothing too exciting. But now back here at the back of the Jeep, we're gonna get into something I am very excited about, and that is this drawer system. Let me take you through that now. This drawer system is made by a company called Wheels and Feels. They are based out of Texas, and it's a husband and wife. This is their business. And as I've said on the channel before, I love supporting small businesses and kind of bringing awareness to the overlanding and off-roading community about the awesome products that are out there. And this is called the Yellowstone Cargo Drawer. Now, I opted to have this kind of like felt put on it. This is perfect because it's really like one side of Velcro. You can use the other side of a piece of Velcro and things will stick on here. Really, really good. So let me show you some of the special features about this drawer system. First, as with any drawer system, the drawer, there's a little yellow latch here, and then you have two areas to grab just to pull it out. And no, it doesn't stop there. No, it doesn't stop there. It pulls all the way out. The entire distance of the rear cargo area of the Jeep, you have room for all of your gear. Back here, I have my stove, actually a couple stoves, a fire maple one there, and then also a Jetboil Genesis system there, fire maple pans and pots and pans. I've got my MSR boil in here. I've also got one of these Joules. You've seen these a lot. This is an electric kettle, so to speak, where you can boil water using electric if for whatever reason you run out of propane, or that may just be what you prefer. In the back, I've got all just some of the necessities, plastic bags, trash bags, things like that. And then up front here, honestly, I still have room in this drawer to put other things, but I've got all of my various, things for cooking, spices, etc., some plates. I've got apparently some leftover Panda Express plastic forks. Really exciting stuff. Some cups. You can really put anything back here, and this drawer is pretty deep in terms of the height in which things that you can store inside of here. I've got the ever popular and always needed coffee cups, disposable. That way if you want to make some coffee or hot chocolate for friends around camp, you've always got something extra there. But this drawer is absolutely incredible. Again, my first drawer system, so as you can imagine, I'm pretty stoked. And then just in terms of the durability of this slide, I'm not gonna do it, but in the product video that the company made on this, I believe the spouse of the small business, she actually sits on this or puts her weight up on this to show how much weight you can actually put on this. It's obviously made of a multi-layered plywood, and there's a lot of areas that are carved out in order to conserve weight, and you'll find that throughout this drawer system here. The actual weight of this Yellowstone cargo drawer is so not too bad. It's definitely not light as a feather, but it's not going to add so much weight here in the back that you end up with any issues. So let me close this up. In order to do so, you have to push that latch down, and it slides very easily right back in, closes every time. You don't have to wrestle with it or anything like that. Just a testament to, I think, the quality of what Wheels and Feels put into this drawer. Okay, so now there's another really cool feature, and that is this top here. This is not just a stationary top, it's actually a lid. So you can access stuff quick if you want to, if you just need to grab something out of there. Say something's in the way and you don't want to pull the drawer out, you can just reach in and grab something out. One other thing that's really nice about that top, let me scoot around to this side, is when this is fully deployed here and everything is out, you can get into your Jeep's original cargo space, which is way down under here in the back. And that's where we put kind of stuff you're not gonna need very often, but it's really nice to have this be able to open there. I think that's a major plus for this drawer system. Let's put this back, and you're probably wondering about these side pieces here and thinking, well, that just must be dead space. And you're wrong. That's another area for storage. Let me grab the camera and I'll take you through that kind of up close. All right, so on each side is a loose panel. And when I say loose, it doesn't have any hinge in the back like this middle piece does here. These are just loose pieces of plywood, again, covered in that nice felt here. So what do you do with this? You just reach in, pull it off. And what I've done is I've put a little piece of Velcro here, little piece of Velcro here. So these do not bounce around or bump around or anything like that. As you can see, I've still got room in here, and I've got things like warmers. I've got a Element fire extinguisher. I've got just some various food items there that I store and I keep in the Jeep at all times, just in case I need it. Now, this piece here, you might be asking, what if I have a subwoofer? This doesn't look like it would cut out if there was a subwoofer there. Now, I don't have the subwoofer, but in every one that gets ordered, you get 2 of these pieces. One that's cut out for the subwoofer and the non-subwoofer edition, which is this right here. So let me put this back and I'll show you the other side. I have part of a storage bag there. Just lift that up, set it down, and with this Velcro here, just snap it into place. And these do not bounce around at all. Very convenient, easy, and you know, I think they save a lot of weight by not putting a lot of metal parts in there, like additional hinges or things like that. Let's take a look on this side. Now, as you can imagine, this is just mirrored on this side, but there's something here in the back, which I'll talk about in just a second. But what I've done back here is I've just Velcroed this Bluetti Charger 1 to the top of this. Now, you might say, well, that's going to get in the way. This storage on the side here is really meant for stuff that I don't need to access very often. And so even with the Bluetti on there, I can just pick this up. Bluetti stays because I've Velcroed it. I've got some Mountain House meals, some towels, some duct tape, and various things in there. But as you can tell, I still have plenty of room for additional gear in this very, very low profile drawer. All right, so I want to mention one thing, and that is that Bluetti Charger 1. I just got it, installed it last night, not sponsored, anything like that. A lot of the gear I purchased with my own money, and that Bluetti 1 charger so far, very, very impressive. It connects to your car battery. You run a kind of, I think it's like maybe a 6-gauge, if that's right, the right way to say it, wiring. So it can handle a lot more current, a lot more electricity that you can then send to whatever you want to charge in the back of your rig. And in my case, it's again this All Powers R2500. Now, I used to charge this thing when I was driving with just one of those, trying to find it, I don't even think it's there anymore, but a cigarette lighter adapter. And that thing would maybe do 70, 80 watts, which is going to take forever to charge a portable power station, especially of that size. But it would kind of do the job. It would keep it, you know, do as much as it could. And then when I'm at camp, I would take out an All Powers solar panel. I have a 600 watt one and a 200 watt one. I've used those, but solar panels and putting them out, oftentimes you don't get the wattage that you need, and then it could be cloudy, it could be whatever. But with overlanding, there's a lot of driving involved. That's the best time to collect power from somewhere, and that I've done with this Bluetti Charger 1. So up here, I'm getting right now right at around 230 to 270 watts pumping in to charge this. As you know, a refrigerator might go on and off at 50 watts. You may charge some drone batteries or some different things. You may need to use a diesel heater, which is going to drain. But as I'm driving, this Bluetti Charger 1 is going to be pumping anywhere from 250 to 300-ish watts. And it can actually go higher than that if your vehicle has a 24-volt car battery to run off of. The Jeep only runs off a 12-volt battery, which I believe only allows me to charge at 27 volts. If you have a 24-volt battery in your vehicle, you can charge at, I think, 56, something like that, volts. And what that allows you to do is to get over 500 watts of input, which is just crazy. 500 watts of input coming off of a vehicle, that is ideal. Sorry, solar industry, you may never be needed again now that some of these alternator chargers are coming on the market. So I've shown you a lot of things. This is not to give you a bunch of sponsored items or things like that, but I did really want to emphasize the Wheels and Feels Yellowstone cargo drawer. They have a lot of other options, including ones where you could put the seats down in the back and create this whole thing into a bed platform. Again, high quality, you can build it yourself there at home. Wheels and Feels, I think you should really check it out. All right, I wanted to do one more thing, and that's kind of show you the inside of the Ursa Minor, and then I'm gonna just show you my Starlink setup here. I'm not gonna connect it all necessarily. Maybe I will. I got a great view of the sky, but I had a custom mount made for that as well. So let me take you inside the Ursa Minor, and I'll grab the camera. We'll go in and check it out. So the first order of business, because the Ursa Minor is connected, is turning on the master power up here. And as you can see, there's a little 12 volt port there. And then on this side, there's a couple of USB ports there. The top of the Ursa Minor, room to put some of your favorite patches. Obviously, I've got everything from Trail Recon, Revere Overland, 395 Junkie, my good buddies, Rhino Off-Road, and then Crocom Outdoors, that's Ed Shin, Fly Fisher 530, Off the Grind, all the way over to Adventure Squad. A lot of those are YouTubers. Make sure you check out those channels if you're looking for some of the very best. And there's also some little cargo areas. I'm not really using them right now on the top of the Ursa Minor, but let me take you inside. And indeed, inside is the way, because you enter the Ursa Minor not from a ladder. Now, I get into the Ursa Minor through the rear passenger door here, and here is kind of a sitting area for my wheel estate. I have here's the access to my battery pack up there, a bunch of cables, try to keep it as tidy as I can. Across the way, there's my fridge. You might have been wondering this whole time where my fridge is, but I'll get in here. Let me go ahead and try to do this, kind of camera in hand. Not so easy, but we'll figure it out. Close the door. If you look up, there's a latch right here. Pop the latch. Again, one-handed. Push this out of the way, and this hatch moves out, so I can go ahead. Now, got to keep my wheel estate nice and clean if I can, so I'm gonna pop my shoes off and go ahead and get up into the Ursa Minor. Getting up in here, little dome light, that's a must-have. Pull here, pull the pole down, one-handed. And that pull is to stabilize everything. If you look up, here is a nice reading light, one on each side. Down in the corner, there's some charging plugs, so you can charge your phone. That's always a plus. And then let me show you the absolute best view in the house, and that is as you unzip this. Comes down, and what I typically do, some people complain about this, that this should somehow fold up and kind of out of the way. I've never found that to be a problem. It's a small amount of fabric, and so you can kind of tuck it back up in a way here, no issues at all. But if you look out, you've got an incredible view here, and you can do the same on this side. Let's go ahead and get that open. Do the same thing. Tuck that all back. And there you have it. An incredible view. The Ursa Minor is just awesome inside. Down by the feet, I won't bother opening that right now, but there's a kind of a vent window down there, and that can allow you to get a breeze through when you might have kind of a warmer day. So I'm gonna just move my pillow out of the way for now and hop up here. Let me put the camera down. Let me see if I can get this on camera. Here we go. This will be the best shot of the video. Oh, all right. That wasn't too difficult. And as you can see, my feet going down through the hatch. And if you bring your feet up, you can grab this hatch right here, slide this all back across. And it's kind of not easy doing one-handed, but you get the idea that this here is the hatch that closes up everything. And there you have it. Put your bed back, bring your sleeping bag over, and you got an awesome bedroom up here inside of the Ursa Minor. So there you have it. That's my wheel estate. I think if I park this thing like on the beach and you do the square footage and all that, it'd probably be worth like $1 million in the state of California where I live, where housing prices are just crazy. But this shows you that you can live in a vehicle full-time with a setup like this. Now, I don't live in this full-time. I live in Central California. This is kind of my adventure rig and so on, but this is an option if need be. I'd highly recommend the Ursa Minor and a lot of the things I've shown you today. You might be asking, well, hey, this bug net is nice, but what if I want to get through that? They've thought of that too in the Ursa Minor, and you can actually peel this whole thing away, this whole screen away, and have direct access to the outside. So let me show you that Starlink mount really quick. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. If you wouldn't mind, do the like, do the subscribe. And if there's somebody out there who needs to see some wheel estate options, make sure to share this video with them. It really helps the channel a lot. Let me show you that Starlink mount and we'll call it a wrap. Okay, so in any house, what is another essential? That is internet. Thank you, Elon Musk. Starlink is the go-to. This is the Starlink Dish 2 or whatever it's called. Has a heater built in so it can melt away snow. It actually can rotate around and find the best angle for the highest internet speed and so on. I'll probably get a Starlink Mini in the future, but for now, this is my go-to. Now, my problem was with the Ursa Minor popping up like that, I wanted to mount it right here. But the issue is, as this flattens out and rotates around, it would hit the Ursa Minor. So I needed to get it up higher, and that's where this custom built mount comes in. Two pieces to it. One, this carbon fiber rod with an insert that's put in there that snaps right in to the base of the Starlink. It's totally in there. Now, I'm not gonna connect the Starlink right now, just in the interest of time. There'd normally be a cable coming out of here that would feed into the Jeep to the router and so on. But then there's this 3D printed bracket up here, and this just very simply slides right in. And there you have it. It's up out of the way. It's gonna get an incredible signal. So there you have it, folks. My wheel estate with the bedroom, bathroom, everything that you need to, one, survive out in the wild, or two, if you wanted to park this just anywhere, you could live out of this rig for an extended period of time, that's for sure. I do want to give a thank you and a shout out again to Wheels and Feels. Go check out their drawer systems. They have them for more than just the Jeep JL. They have them for so many vehicles that might be used for vehicle-based travel and camping, overlanding, and so on. Remember, made in the USA by a husband and wife, supporting a small business. All those things are awesome and something that I think is important. So go check out Wheels and Feels. Thanks for watching, and now I'm just gonna relax. But thanks for coming and checking out my wheel estate.